Talk hair, let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Let's talk hair.
Hi, you guys. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you all. I'm excited about the show, and we are doing a part one and a part two, okay, with um, healthy hair. Is it you or is it your hairstylist that is causing your hair to fall out? So, which one is it? In the comments, I want you guys to display your feelings about that. And Darlene Ray says, yes, hi, I am in. Thank you so much, Darlene. So, we want to know healthy hair is so important, but I am getting so many people who are just losing before genetics or aging or whatever have you. They are getting so many types of hair loss issues. And this is not even funny. Now, we have Ryan Gillard. Ryan is one of my clients, and she's a sweet little girl that has a sassy personality, but she endured difficulties with her hair from time to time. And before the show, we have been working with audio difficulties, trying to get Ryan on. She wants to do her testimony about how she even endured as a child unhealthy hair things, whether it was a salon professional or using the wrong products, or she was lacking moisture. And her mom, Lataria, was trying to figure it out, and she started trusting Deserve. Whether she's at home or she's at the salon, Ryan came and just started really just trying to, as a child, there were things that she said. If we can get her testimony, we're dealing with sound, and she comes aboard. We're going to take a break and listen to Ryan and get to know that even as a child, she recognized that she even needed healthy hair. I'm your host, Angela H. Brown, and this show is just about no judging. We're helping you to understand what you can get. You don't have to believe all the brainwashing. That sometimes there is extensive help for you. What needs to happen? The salon professional, as well as yourself, have to be in a marriage with no possibility of divorce, because this is sometimes the dermatologist, the trichologist, the triologist, the whoever. Sometimes people just don't have a clue. But I have decided and developed, but sometimes you have to go to them to get a diagnosis. But when you get a diagnosis, there has to be some resolution, not just you're gonna die. And that's it. You want to know, is there a cure? You want to know if it's in remission, what do I need to do? When we're talking about, we're celebrating August and September about hair loss and alopecia. We have Terrell Lastly Patterson. She is Ebony Expression in Jonesboro, Arkansas. She's the owner and Ebony Expressions beauty salon, and also she's into the beauty supply business using Deserve professional hair care products as one of the main products that transforms her clients as well as her online and customers. So y'all gonna see me like working all crazy because sometimes people say, you know what, I didn't get a chance to see this, or that. So we're gonna make sure that I'm catching people on all areas to find out, make sure that you're actually getting the make sure I can get everybody at one time where I can get you in. But Terrell, thank you for embracing us. Darlene, thank you for embracing us with your presence. This is hair loss is so serious. It is no joke. It is not to be played with. When we're talking about hair loss, we also deserve talks about resolution and coming up with the actual resolution is a how to use our tools and products to give you to bridge that gap between hair loss that you don't deserve. So that's what I want people to understand, that we can bridge that gap between it. If you only try, if you only get the negative things, sometimes you can't contact people that's in your life about it. So when we're talking about, is it you or is it the salon professional? It can be a combination of both. But when you're seeing that you have hair loss, now, what I've learned about human nature and about people is that often they tend to put off. It's this young lady. She stopped by the shop and she got some elixir from me, and I didn't know her, and she was referred. And I said to her, I said there was no one in the salon, so I said, "Are you experiencing any hair loss?" And she said to me, "Yes, it's coming out a whole lot. I mean, she said it is a severe situation." And I said, "Well, you mind if I take a look?" I said, "Because we do have uh, things that could help you with the actual hair loss. We have tools and products that can help you." And what she said was, she said, "No, not a good time. Just, and she laughed it off. And she said, "I call you. You said I could do a consultation. I call you. And well, honey, it's you that your hair coming out." And if that's not a 911, so I want people to get back in the belly of understanding 911s. When your hair is coming out, that's severe, and that should be um, more important than you going to the grocery store. More important than you pumping gas, or more important than you going to get a cute outfit. And she had this wig on, and I knew it was a wig because it's a wig. And I'm like, I could see all the gray up under there and all that. But sometimes what I want to say to people out there, I understand that you're embarrassed. But if I'm at the gynecologist and I got, you know, some issues down there, I can't tell the gynecologist, well, we're going to check that later. I just want to come by and get a little cream, or just talk to you and just really just book this appointment or whatever. It's like, no, I need to put my feet, my legs up in the stirrups, and I want you to go in and take a look at the stuff and at the hoo-ha, and do what is necessary to be done before the hoo-ha gets out of control. That some might be down there that don't need to be down there, or something could, a little medicine, a little cream could wipe that away, or maybe an injection or something. I don't know. But I know that when something is alarming you, such as unhealthy hair, we need to get in front of it. So that's what we want to talk about, is getting in front of it. And if it's you, so it's going to do a part 1 and a part 2 about this. So if it's you, when you first see that hair loss is happening, when it's really going on, when you start to see it on your clothes, or your blouse, or your in your sinks, or in your commodes, or whatever, that is an alarm. So now it's about you actually seeing that. And then when you go over to the stylist and you say to the stylist, "Hey, how's my hair doing? Is it falling out? Is it thinning out? Is it something that you see that I can't see?" So I had a client that came in, and she said to me, "I think I have a hole in my head." Well, I didn't see a hole. I said what she saw in her eyes was The rest of my hair seems to be full and thick. Up there is thinner. Her hair is drop dead gorgeous for one thing, but what it is when she has uh, uh, doubled her hair and tripled her hair in the back. It is. I came up with a resolution when she stepped to me. I came up with a resolution on how to take her to the next level. She had all the tools, and I said, "Well, when your hair is thinning like that, I you have do you have the derma rollers? Yes. Do you have the elixir? Yes. Are you using it? No. Okay. You have all the tools. So when it's you and you come to me, and then I said you need uh to get your treatment. It's time for your the new treatment I have that's coming out. I said you need that. And that's going to strengthen that area. I don't have time. Okay. You don't have time. You want me to stir the hole. You won't use the tools at the house. How are we gonna solve this? So when it's you, when you have all the tools, when you have uh, a stylist that has the products that could help you, and you say, "No, I don't have time. No, I'll do it next week." What am I to do? I mean, so that's when it turns out to be the client when there is resolution and you do nothing. Now, when it's the hairstylist, let's talk about that. I want to talk like I'm a little Italian here, okay? So let's talk about that. So when it turns out to be the stylist is when the client comes to the stylist and say, "Hey, I got a little hole in my head." Okay, I don't know what to do about the hole in my head. And then the stylist say, yeah, you do. It's them. It is what it is. And then the stylist say, I don't know what to do. Are you drinking your water? That's when it turns out to be the stylist, because when you're uneducated about that situation, what you should do is contact a mentor. Hairstylist, I'm talking to you now. You can get a mentor that's in. I'm gonna get up in your face and say this. Let me take my glasses off. What you need to do is get a mentor that's in the beauty industry that is more educated about hair loss than you are. Now you got it going on with your braids and your sew-ins and your colors and your cuts, but just it don't beat yourself up about it at all, because it just means that that's just one area that maybe you can do some extensive education. Don't beat yourself up about it, because it's not time to get depressed about it. It's not that kind of time. What time it is time for you to go to the next level with your customers. Okay. Now let's talk. Let's get back to the everyday person. Let's say you got protective styles in your you got protective styles. Okay. So you wearing your protective style, and and what you're doing is uh you're not shampooing, you're not putting any type of oil or that is intentional for hair growth, because keep in mind there are oils or grease that's out there that are called uh, fillers. And someone type it in the chat if they know what a filler is. What is a filler? Um, and fillers can worsen a situation that can lead up to hair loss. So what anybody that knows what a filler is, and that'll help our guests, because I want you all to know what that filler is. And if I don't get anybody typing in, I'm just gonna say it so you'll understand. So sometimes fillers are there. So you have to be mindful about what you're using. That's why we always say our top seller is a damage reverse elixir to help with that. Now, to the everyday person who will spend more money on red bottoms or Louis Vuitton purses or bundles of weave and talk to the hairstylist to the point where when a hairstylist say, "Hey, let me treat your hair," or "Let me take care of your hair," and then the answer is kind of like um, you don't see the importance of treating your hair. I know someone right now who has gorgeous hair, but there are some issues that could be better. Now, hair loss is just not all about someone being bald and thin. It is also about someone who is actually um, uh, just maybe have some issues before it gets to be worsened. Is something that can be resolved before you get to that point. Okay. Um, because I love my hair, but I want some more weight to it. So yesterday I put my new treatment on it, and I said I want it a little bit stronger. I said I want it stronger. I handle two businesses, distributors, manufacturers, everyday people, clients, husband, son, mama, all that stuff, and I got family and I got personal things and I have business and I have to always keep reinventing the wheel. So sometimes stress may come. Stress is not always bad, you guys, but stress will come from time to time. And when it comes, you have to also um, know that it's going to come. It could come through your skin, it could come through your body somewhere, and it can also come through your hair. Okay. Darlene Ray says, and Darlene, you're answering the question, I am quite sure, about fillers, film in product between apps or something. But I think what Darlene's trying to say, it is the film and product, and it's something that can settle on your scalp or in your hair that can prohibit from hair growth. So when you get a product that has a filler, and it's not going to say, "Excuse me, purchase this product. Guess what? I'm a filler." It's not going to say that. It's just going to be a filler. So you're going to have to know if you are in a position and your hair is not growing, stand still or whatever, be mindful of what you're using on your hair. Okay, Darlene, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I hope y'all were listening. Darlene took out time for that. Also, Lakeisha Diva Butler says, "Hello, everyone. Hi, Kiki." Um, so I want you guys to understand this is part one, and we want to get in front of, is it you or is it the hairstylist? Now, when we're even talking about protective styles, this is also another case of wearing weave too long, quick weaves, crochets. Um, um, you can even braid your hair up and put the wig on, and then you're not cleaning the wig, you're not cleaning your braids. It's a lot that you're not doing. So yes, that can cause hair loss as well. Just the maintenance side of it. I have a new client that's coming in and she's getting her treatments. Every week we're taking those braids down. Every week. And we're rebraiding it. And I take the braid hair and braid it around. But what I do is I braid it in this direction, that direction, up, down, around, just to trick the hair because I'm trying to be intentional and I'm getting my sections bigger and bigger. So she can put the derma roller in there, and she is cheer packing the mess out of her hair. I am so proud of her. Uh, and so what when we're talking about hair loss, is it you or is it stylist? And it could be both. When you're shopping for a hairstylist, be intentional about what you want from that salon professional. It's just like choosing a man. You want him to open the door for you, and he Tupac, not Denzel. You want him to uh, uh, give you flowers. He just got out of jail. He not really that dude. So when it comes to choosing a the right hairstylist, you want to make sure there's a little bit of an interview and make sure that your goals. Also, you want a hairstylist that can age with you gracefully. When I say age, that y'all ain't around there, just talking old folk talk or whatever. But when I say age, that means as your scalp is aging, they come up with new stuff. Because and then to the everyday person, I want to say this: sometimes you in denial that you're even uh, you need to do something different. So many people live in the past with their hair. I remember that there was a time that you know I ain't have to have no treatments because I ain't never had to have no treatments. My hair always been healthy. Now you have high blood pressure, hypothyroid, CCCA alopecia. You jacked up, and you don't think that you think just shampooing your hair and throwing a little leave in and styling it, you'll be the same. First of all, there are side effects from medications. Okay, so second of all, you're aging. Hi T, how you doing? Um, T is the owner of Slade Beauty Supply in Nashville, Tennessee. If you're in that area, support T. Also, T is also she was the winner last week. So T, we shipped out your back orders, but we also had to ship out your winner, the products that you won. She won a product, our elixir oil, and a giveaway. So my assistant got those things shipped out for our people who are the winners. So if you were a winner, uh, you should get your order in no later than Tuesday or Wednesday because we don't know what's going on out there, but with the postal and Federal Express, but we know your package is on the way. So we thank you all for even playing our game. How about yeah. So but yes, um, to our everyday person, do your homework and know when it doesn't feel right. One thing that God gave women, and I think He gave all of us this, is discernment. Discernment is when something does not feel right, and when you're talking to a person, discernment is when you kind of get a feeling there's a little BS going in there, or you get the feeling that it's just like she don't know no more than I do. But yes, so you want to make sure that that person is interviewed enough where they can age with you. They can, when you say, I'm on this medication or that medication, they just raised up my 5 milligrams up to 10 milligrams, or 10 milligrams with up to 20 milligrams, that they can definitely do the homework and let you know that let me check around. I want to make sure that what you're getting is just not you wasting your money. When you go into the salon, you want to make sure that you're not wasting your money and wasting your time, that you're just getting a cute style, but there is no resolution to what you ask for. And just yesterday, I had shampooed my hair and I said, you know what? I haven't put my treatment in a while. And I have a new treatment coming out called the Deserve Regrowth Hair Food. And it is fabulous. And one of my key ingredients is from Africa. I can't wait for it to hit the market. And not only is it being a big win in my clientele, but when I send out the samples to salon professionals, it's been a big win there too. But I I noticed that I needed to get it as well. I couldn't wait. So I even had a client call and say, I got caught up in the rain. Can you recurl my hair? But what I did was I said, I'm still going to put this treatment in my head. Uh, I put that treatment on, I let her come and I had it on me. And I was determined because I knew that it was time. Now, another way to detect, like if your hair is, you have the beautiful volume, but you notice this is a test how you know something's different going on. Take your hands and go on your head, and you can feel if your scalp and your hair is feeling a little bit thinner. Like, feels like a little lighter. So when you start feeling down in there, that's a sign that you need to make sure that your scalp is being treated. We have a derma roller, which is a 1.0 millimeter that will fight against that, that will thicken that hair back up. I'm excited about that because that's the way you can roll and do abandonment stimulation. So write that down. Also, when you're shopping for a hairstylist, make sure that you do get a clear understanding of this. Going to a hairstylist that do treatments is different from a maintenance stylist. A maintenance stylist is pretty much someone who just say you get a wash, you get a color, da da da. Well, a treatment stylist is like it's time for your steam, it's time for your hot oil, it's time for your cocktail, it's time for your regrowth. It's time. I mean, they're gonna name it. It's time for your data doo doo, and their prices will be different from the maintenance stylist. The maintenance stylist, like to say, is 60, 80, is blah, is 50, 45, is 30, or whatever they say. A treatment stylist will be totally different because they're about standards of layers of treating the hair, steaming the hair, stimulating the hair, even their technique in shampoo. They try to stimulate, and so that's what it is. So when you're out there, this could be your fault if you sit in someone's chair that you are just kind of fond of, or that's my coworker's daughter, and that's all you know. And my hair turns out cute, but when problems arise, the communication is a little bit off, and then you start to say, well, I'm just going to lay off from going to the salon. I'm just going to get these braids, and then I go back. Well, that's not solving the problem. You really need to shop for someone that is about helping you with healthy hair. So, what I'm offering now with people, once they get my free hair consultation, whatever state or city that they're in, they can pay me as if I'm their hairstylist and I'm coaching them right there on Zoom. And I'm giving them information about the hair right there on Zoom. And it is wonderful. So we have Tavia Hall that says, hello, Angela Hughes. Natasha Wright, which is watching, my marketing director, and Sonia Jackson, my cousin, who is watching. So we want to acknowledge those people. Thank you so much. But what we want you to do is when you are the hairstylist, get a mentor and shop around about a client. I had someone who sent me a photo from Clarksdale, Tennessee. And when she sent me a photo, she said, what do I need to do for this? And she did like that, sent the photo, and I told her I have a system to share with her. That's 8 weeks. Follow that, but the client has to um, also be at home and doing some things that will ignite the situation as well. So when she did that, I said, okay, she has to be all in. It's not just you, it's you and her going home, and it's going to be two people working together. That's where the hairstylist is giving the client what the client needs, and the client is listening and agreeing. And so I had a hairstylist that referred his client, and then once I talked to the client had her daughter to come out, and then she came out and said, "Well, I think I want to be a customer but I also need something now. She had horrific thinning, and she uses product, and I don't really bash products, okay? So that product was a product. She said I use this as an edge control or to lay down my hair. Um, that product was just for wigs when you're trying to, I guess, get the frizz out or lay the hair down, lay the wig hair down or some, I don't know. But we looked at, I had my assistant, I didn't have her to do it, but she took it upon herself and looked it up. It had at least one, two, three, four, five, probably about 8 or 9 different forms of alcohol in there. Okay. So if something is for a wig, hairstylist, or the everyday person, let me say this, do not put it in your head, because whoever made that product did not design it for you to keep your hair on. Nothing's going to happen to that wig, but something's going to happen to your hair. So when we're talking about whose fault is it, I think it's both parties. So sometimes it could be the hairstylist who is being lazy because maybe more of the attention is going on, you racing to get to a wedding, or you racing to get to a party, or you racing to go to dinner, or you racing to do whatever. But when you have a client in the salon, race to make sure that they get what they need. Sometimes I have more customers and sometimes I have less, but I don't want them to ever feel it. I want to always make sure that they didn't say, well, usually she kind of put a little more attention on me. Then, okay, when she shampooed me, she only shampooed me once or twice, or, I didn't get my steam, or maybe she didn't condition me. She didn't make sure my hair was good. She just kind of like whoop, 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 and she was done. Because I've heard so many different things about hairstylists now, and I love you because there are so many hairstylists that's rocking and doing the right things, and I thank God for you, and I'm sure your customers do too. Customers want a relationship with their hairstylists. We're like the counselors, the comedians, the doctors, the trichologists, um, and we can become a little bit of family or friends or whatever. But we're the ones that um, can get you to the most important things of your lives and make you look good doing it, besides the makeup artist. Because I worked for a couple years ago when I first got started in hair business called Fashion Goes to Your Head. And before you can get the job interview, you got to get to the hairstylist. Before you can get down the aisle to the wedding, you got to go to the hairstylist. Before you can go on the first date, you got to get to the hairstylist. Before you can get wherever you want to go, you got to get to the hairstylist. So we are very much so important part of your lives. And so we have to work together. We have to, as hairstylists, give good information, but we have to make sure that we're not taking advantage of your dollars. We have to make sure we're not taking advantage of your trust. So, Darlene Ray says, I received a compliment on my hair yesterday. Darlene came yesterday. I'm sorry, last Friday. Last Friday. For her to get a compliment yesterday is huge, because she came last week to get her hair done. So, and that's another thing. Let's say this: when you stop getting compliments on your hair, it's time to figure it out what's going on. Lakeisha Diva Butler says, Amen. Yes. So, with us being, whether we're weaving your hair, whether we're braiding your hair, whether we're coloring or cutting or treating your hair, hairstylist plays a big role. Y'all invite us to your parties, your funerals, your weddings, your bar mitzvahs. We get invited to a whole lot of stuff And sometimes y'all fly us out to do your hair on location somewhere. And we have to give you everything we have. So we will not have a position going on where you say, we cannot die out of your lives and start letting your little cousins do something that we can do. So, how do we bridge that gap and get back into the trust? We have you as the client has to stop acting like the stylist. And you as the stylist has have to take a stand and take control of your clientele and what your clientele needs. Think back on your off day. Well, I'm just going to use some names. Lakeisha needs a treatment, but when she came in, I just shampooed her. Her hair was falling out. I just yanked it out even more with the brush. Hey, I think, and then sometimes as hairstylists, we will do more to certain clients than we will do to others because we don't think you can afford it. It's the prejudice. It's because sometimes people talk broke all the time, and so you're not gonna try to get none extra out of them because they're a broke talker. So how do people talk broke? Girl, she asked me for some money. I told her I ain't got no money. Uh, Girl, my child here got my car and filled my car. But I told her I ain't got no money for you be just riding around and I fill my car. Some people just talk broke. So sometimes when they're talking broke, that has nothing to do with what they're willing to invest in. And you still have to talk to that client. Now I've had some clients, I got one particular who like to run the show, but she sees what I bring to the table and she listens to me. Now, I have to say, it's not that that person can't afford it. That's not the case. But when you have a client that talk broke, you have to say, look, there are some things going on in your hair. There are some things that we need to get in front of before it gets out of hand. Let me show you some photos when I'm talking about, and then and then say, and if they say, well, how much they go cost, then what you say is look, we're talking about the full one is this, the half one is that. If you just do this or that, 9 times out of 10, people are going to get that treatment. I promise you, hallelujah and amen. They're going to get that treatment because now they've removed the money and they see the sincerity of the issue. Okay. So they're going to roll with it. Now, do they want results? Yeah. So you have to make sure that you are intentional and you're doing exactly uh, what needs to be done. Now, if it's a situation that you know that it's going to take weeks for results, or it may take a few months, be honest with your customers and tell them what and how long that it should estimate it wise, because everyone is different on hair growth. You got some people. I can use Lakeisha. She's more of a rapid hair growth person. Uh, Darlene is more of a medium. When you're actually being intentional about her situation, her hair responds. When you're giving her things that her hair cannot tolerate and it is too much stress for her hair is going to go the other way. You have to treat her hair according to what her hair can tolerate, and her hair loves treatments because that's how her hair responds. And then if you abandon that, it goes the opposite. So and the list goes on and on. Just like with my hair wants to be dry, so I have to do stuff to make sure that moisture is present, because if it's not present, my hair wants to break and break off. That's when educate yourselves, the everyday person. I'm talking to you about your texture. When you see more shedding, look at the season, look at the what's going on, and have a hairstylist that doesn't have that ego where when you say, what was that you just used? If they say none of your business, no, wench, I just paid you such and such money. If I ask you what it is, then what's the problem with telling me? It's not like I'm gonna put it on. I just want to know. So I want you to have a stylist that doesn't have an ego. And if I ask you a question, you act like I sinned or something. So you need to make sure that they are giving you, y'all are communicating in a marriage. You got to communicate. I mean, I just asked you a question. Some stylists get so touchy and upset and just don't want to talk and all that. We want everyone to understand, if we're working together and trying to resolve hair loss and to keep the hair healthy, why is the secrets so much of a secret? Now, I don't really keep secrets with my clients because I don't really have anything to hide. Monique Stewart says hello and hi everyone. How are you doing, Monique? So I really uh I get so passionate when, if it's so good, why are you having a problem? Now what a client can't do to me is just keep asking things over and over as if you have dementia or you have Alzheimer's or something. Get your notepad and write it down. And I do have some in my drawer in my office, and I'm willing to give that to you if you're having a memory loss. So we have to keep moving. Some people may ask you questions because they're just kind of being a little silly. But when you're asking me a question because you're very concerned about your hair and it's been stressful and you have prayed about this and you're looking for some answers, I'm all in with you. Tavia Hall says the clients have to trust the process and experience. They have to be willing to invest in the proper care. I agree with that, Tavia, wholeheartedly. And I am very much so. Um, I don't even know. I can't even add or subtract to that because you're right, Tavia. They have to trust the process and the experience. The experience that you're getting when you're with someone that really loves hair and has passion about hair, you're getting someone who is in a Luther Vandross rhythm with you, and they are making love to your hair and your scalp, and they are loyal to the situation. Okay. But to the everyday person, you cannot stress your stylist out about, sometimes clients, it's not about that they don't have the money, but it's about, I've been knowing you so long, why you charge me that? I've been coming 20 years, why you charge me that? Do you on your own job, when they give you a raise, say, I've been with y'all for 30 years. Now you don't need to give me no raise because I've been with y'all so long. Does that sound stupid? So you need to make sure that the stylist that you with is even worthy. Now, I'm going to tell you why I'm worthy of what I charge is because I'm so worthy. Oh, y'all got time? Because I educate myself, because I have passion. It's because I eat and sleep it. It's because I'm an author. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a product developer. I own a product. I am worthy because this is what I do. It's my career. And I've used expensive things in your hair. While you thinking cheap, don't do that because if I'm focused on what it's going to take, then I need to work. Now, hairstylist, let's talk about you. Don't sit up and charge your customers products. I mean, for hairstyles or hair, visits, because your light's about to be turned off. That's not their fault because you go down to the casino and gamble. Do not charge them according to what bills you owe that month. Have standard costs so they can incorporate customers. Now, clients, if you're out here, y'all help me out with this. I have customers that work me into their budget because they said, you a bill. So you cannot have them where they so yo-yo, my clients know they're going to pay anything between maybe 90 to maybe 200 and so. They know that. But if I come at them and say, it's 4, it's 5, it's 6, it's 7, girl, you crazy. What did you do for that? Because that's not my track record. So obviously I'm smoking, I'm on crack, I'm doing something, or I'm taking care of somebody. Some that's like some stuff. So most of my product gonna be 1 to 2 some, and then depends on if you add products and stuff in, it's gonna be maybe 3 some, or if you get color, you might be at 2 some, 3 some, but if I'm 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then it's a problem. It's a problem because something's going on. And God is not going to bless you when you are pimping your clients, and God is not going to bless your process when you are degrading your hairstylist. So I just want everybody to be fair. And if you can't afford that person, then you need to leave that person in, or try to figure out how you can do some of your visits at home. I mean, some of your healthy things at home, and then maybe twice a month or once a month go to the stylist and make sure that y'all I want y'all to still work together. So this has been part 1 of what we call is my hair not healthy because of me or my hairstylist? These are some tips, and I want you to be mindful, and I want y'all to have a good relationship together. But with the signs of shedding and what's going on, stylists, don't put a ball of hair in your little lab jackets and pockets when you know you need to have that conversation with your customers. Don't do that. Have that conversation and let them know. Be honest about it, whether they get it or not. You did at least come to them, and when the conversations arrive or they leave you or whatever happens, by any means necessary, you did everything you were supposed to do. So I have enjoyed this show, but now we're coming to the point where I do have this is the giveaway part. Okay. So this is the free giveaway. And so I want you all let's see, give a good giveaway question we're going to go back to. And what are fillers? So what are fillers? Huh? We talked about that. What are fillers? Y'all remember that? What are fillers? So clean it up. Darlene tried to give it, but we want to know what are fillers. And we talked about, and where can fillers be? The hair or the scalp, or the hair and the scalp. So can fillers be hair, scalp, or hair and the scalp? And what are fillers? And where is the filler at? Where can you find fillers? Hair and the scalp, or hair and the scalp? Huh? So as they're answering these questions, we're so glad that we're going to work on Miss Ryan Gillard. And she's a little girl who has a lot to say about her healthy hair journey. So we're going to bring her on the show and schedule it out. And hopefully it's next week. We're going to give it to her mommy's schedule and then hear her testimony. Even little children, okay, want healthy hair. Darlene Ray says fillers can be on hair and scalp. And so, Darlene, what are they definitely can be on the hair and scalp. So do we have anybody else? I don't see any more comments. Is Darlene, you're the only one? Darlene, are you the only one? Okay. So that Darlene, I guess you're the only one. Okay. T, your prize is coming. So but what I want to leave you out with a conclusion of part 1 of, is it the stylist or the client fault, the reason why the hair is unhealthy? The conclusion is, stylist, if you see something's wrong with your client, say something. Client, if you see something wrong with your own hair, say something. Shop well for your hairstylist. And also sometimes what my clients used to do back in the day, when they would come into the shop and they were new, they would kind of interview the clients that was on the sofa or the chairs. They would say, it's my first time, so how is she and stuff. And so my clients was always my cheerleaders. They would always say, oh girl, you gonna be fine, huh? She love natural, she love healthy hair, she gonna take care of your hair, she gonna grow your hair, and she do real pretty style. She said, honey, she got growing hands, she gonna do this, she gonna do that. And I never really see, social media came out later, but I never had to do social media because my clients were social media, and they were the ones guerrilla talking and making sure that my customers were comfortable when they first came in. So we want to congratulate Darlene Ray. We're going to leave her beautiful picture up, and we're going to do part 2. Is it my stylist or my hair that fault? Whoever hair is not healthy, this is going to be epic. So we're going to turn the heat up a little bit more. So this was the introduction, but we're going to turn the heat up a little bit more because I want to unveil to you some things that go on in the salon that you should be aware of. And I'm going to unveil to you some things that go on in the home that you're not doing that you should be aware of. And Ryan Gillard, if you're out there and you're listening, hopefully we can get that sound together so we can get you interviewed as well. Now, you all know that we end the show with saying that everyone deserves a second chance at healthy hair. And I am so glad you stayed tuned. And I get so excited because I always say you're my babies, and I love helping with this situation. Go to our website at deservehealthyhair.com. Look at our FAQs. Go on, Google my business. If I've ever done anything for you that you loved in this hair game, please let them know and give us a rating or give us a review on our website as well. If you want to keep Deserve alive, just let people know. Post on your pages and tag us, hashtag deservehealthyhair.com, deserve professional hair care products, or deserve healthy hair care products. Let people know about this brand and keep it alive. Post your products, post your hair. Let people know how you're loving this brand. And I don't really ask of that, but I know that this is a season. Well, it's time to spread about hair loss. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And remember that everyone deserves a second chance at healthy hair.
Talk hair, let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Let's talk hair.